If you're not already a member of our extraordinary community, I want to tell you that your life is about to take a quantum leap. Soulciete is the #1 spiritual community for coaches, practitioners, leaders, and soul-based entrepreneurs who are ready to monetize their spiritual gifts. It is the place for launching and scaling your soul-based biz. When you join Soulciete Spiritual Entrepreneurs, you'll get access to an actual real community. Not just a vault of videos, not just one call per month, not a bunch of digital masterclasses. You will actually get a real community that comes together every day of the week live online. You will get me as your mentor every week or for intensives. You will get daily live coaching calls with master coaches where you'll be able to do deep transformational work. Yes, you'll also get my entire vault of life-changing processes and teachings. You will learn how to reprogram your subconscious mind, transform your trauma, and birth your soul's purpose. And you'll be able to master your mindset and skill set so you can become a powerful spiritual leader. Yes, you'll also learn the most trusted and proven 6-step sales and marketing system that 6, 7, and 8-figure coaches use to launch and scale their soul-based businesses online. You can work from home or you can journey the world in a laptop lifestyle. If you're not already a member, you're really missing out. Soulciete Spiritual Entrepreneurs is life-changing. You're going to feel like you finally found your soul family. You are not alone. Click the link below or go to soulciete.com. As soon as you register, you'll have instant access and be able to come on calls straight away. I'm super excited and honored to take this divine journey together. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Here are a few of our client wins. Sandy said, Dr. Erin in this community is the best gift I've ever received from the universe. I had never felt that I belonged or could trust. I hadn't ever known self-love until I discovered this incredible community. Lindsay said, E4 trauma method directly resulted in my first ever 15K month. E said, a 20K month with this much ease was just a dream and hope 6 months ago. It was wishful thinking because I doubted myself so much. This work is so real. It truly is miraculous what can happen and how fast when we surrender, do the spiritual work. So remember, you don't have to do this alone. Go to soulciete.com and say yes to your dreams today. That's soulciete.com. If you're ready for a money breakthrough, you definitely want to listen to this podcast today. If you're ready to really understand how you are using your mind to energize scarcity or abundance, you definitely want to listen to this podcast today. So welcome to the Dr. Erin Podcast. We come together to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We know that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and together we're awakening the world. So welcome, you guys. I'm Dr. Erin. If you are new to this podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. We truly believe that you are the future world renowned spiritual leader. We hold each and every one of you as profound teachers on this planet because we know that you have gone through something that no one else has gone through. And you have a gift and a message of truth to bring to the world that only you can from your particular story, your particular soul and your DNA, epigenetics, all the memory that lives and breathes in your cells as you, as the divine that you are. So let's do this thing, you guys. We come together on Sundays to know the truth. So recommend that you get your mind right. If you're listening to this during the week, that's fine, because this is getting our mind right can be any day of the week. But this podcast comes out on Sundays. And what I recommend is taking a walk or going for a bike ride or getting into a place that you love outside or inside or wherever and listening to this podcast, because each week we have a universal law that we go over as a community to embody, because my spiritual awakening universal law oracle cards are just coming out, and we have 52 universal laws that we are going to be embodying every week, a new universal law. And then on this podcast, you're actually going to hear a live coaching session. So what I'm doing is on Wednesdays right now, I am doing a live podcast call. You are welcome to join. However, you need to sign a release if you are going to actually be doing a one-on-one coaching session with me. And I don't plan anything out. We just let consciousness guide. And today's coaching session is all about a money breakthrough. So I wanted to preface it with a few things to know. One is we did not get into an E4 trauma method session. And The reason why we did not, one, is because I let consciousness guide. And if somebody is dealing with an upset currently in their life, we don't go into trauma. Trauma is something that is on the track and be in this lifetime or past lifetimes. And it is the deepest work and the greatest work that I've brought to this planet. It's why I received the 2020 Walden Wisdom Award. Next to Oprah is for the E4, but we don't always go into the E4. We have what's called Truth Triangle. And Truth Triangle is a bunch of different processes and education about universal law and a bunch of things so that we can always handle, no matter what is going on with ourselves or our clients, we're able to handle anything. So in today's session, there's a wonderful woman out of Africa named Naomi, and she was so lovely to share her heart with us. And so you're going to listen to a coaching session with Naomi of what's really going on from a consciousness perspective, really mastering and going deep, deep, deep. So you're going to understand kind of how to begin to unveil, begin to unravel consciousness, but knowing that this session, of course, was a Q&A and on a group call, and we did not go deep, deep, deep into trauma work. So you'll know there's two things that need to happen further out of this session. One is doing her deep trauma work, and two is mastering her mind every single day in every single way. So what I always recommend is for people to come into our community and begin to either do self-processing or go into the coach certification, be able to master our frameworks, which I believe are some of the most profound frameworks on this planet. We come from metaphysics, we come from universal law, we come from understanding the unity, really the quantum physics of this universe. So it's not like I came up with this. It's truth. It lives in you. This is you. E4 trauma method and Truth Triangle, the coaching processes I developed. It's one of my geniuses. But the work is truth, and the work is profound, profound understanding consciousness and how we create through the creative process. Okay. So we're going to listen to that in a few minutes. It's less than 15 minutes long. So it's really a power session. So let's go first into the universal law this week, which is really exciting. We come out with this on Sundays, and then we will embody this for the week. So this week's universal law is the law of Dharma. The law of Dharma, really transform your pain into your purpose. So let's read this right here. This law states that each person has a special gift, a unique purpose and message to bring to the world. At a spiritual level, your emotional traumas are your greatest blessings because they are the catalyst that births your purpose. Furthermore, you have a unique talent that no other individual in the world has. Through the intention of merging these two gifts, working for the highest good and out of service, this law unlocks the divine within. The entire cosmos has aligned for you to take on a physical form to fulfill this calling. There's a message and a gift within you that the world thirsts for. You're the only person in the entire universe with this divine purpose. Your divine purpose is your destiny. And so taking some action around this, awakening the oracle within, there is a message and a gift for you that the world is ready for. You are the only person in the entire cosmos with your gifts. Your higher self is ready to give you the blessings of this world, ready for you to give the blessings to the world. You may have known that this purpose for quite some time, but you may have not believed in yourself worthy of such a grand plan. The universe is conspiring for your greatness. You have to get out of your own way and commit to putting in both feet, okay? So this week, you have some journaling and some action to take, which is to invest your time and energy into doing your inner trauma work, transform your suffering into service, and also open up your calendar and diary and mark off everything that does not make your heart sing. It's time to only say yes to things that you love. Remember, it's either a hell yes or hell no. We work from that. So this week, I recommend to embody the law of Dharma, to really ask, what is yours to do on this planet? Transforming your trauma, really healing your trauma to birth your soul's purpose, because your soul's purpose is to deal with your soul, which means you deal with your trauma, and then to bring those gifts to the world. So really pondering on that, journaling on that. And if you really want to take bold action, getting your little tushy into our community to do the deep, deep E4 trauma work. Okay. So on that note, we're going to dive now into a live coaching session. And what I know for sure is that I hold consciousness in neutrality. So as you listen to this, I recommend that you hold neutrality, because whatever you judge or put meaning on, or, feel triggered by, that means you are putting polarity into universal law. You are setting into motion a whole stream of events by even how you listen to this. So notice how you're listening. Are you listening just from a neutral stance? Are you listening to your own stories? Are you putting meaning on it? And so know that that is instantaneously creating in your experience. So as we go through this, please hold Naomi in your heart and knowing profound breakthroughs around prosperity. And know at the end of this that this is not a complete cycle for her to completely break through. This is the beginning of her declaring for herself around this, and knowing that she needs to still do E4 trauma to go deep into trauma work. And she also needs to master her mind in a daily spiritual practice every single day in every single way, which we all need community around that to do that. Okay. So here we go. Enjoy the session. I'm so incredibly honored to take this journey with you. Okay. So tell me, what's going on in consciousness? Is there anything you're resisting, or any area of your life where you're feeling disempowered?
Literally all areas of my life, my spiritual life, my work, my family, everything of mine feels disconnected in some way. I feel like I'm not in touch with who I am. I feel like I'm living a lie. So it's literally all areas of my life.
Thank you for being so real. Okay. The more vulnerable and authentic we can get here, the more everyone's going to get some breakthroughs. Okay. So there's a coaching hack before we get to deeper stuff. Okay. The coaching hack is wherever we feel disempowered, there is a lie. There is a limited belief. Okay. Which is great. You already saw it. You already completely stated yourself, Naomi. You said, in all areas of my life, I'm feeling disconnected, and I'm feeling like I'm not living my authentic self. Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that the truth, we heal, like as a doctor of divinity, as I am, I heal by revealing the truth. And what heals is truth. The truth sets us free, which means the truth of who Naomi is all powerful, one with everything, everyone, and always can create whatever it is wanted to be created. Okay. So let's take one area in Pacific and let's just go deep. Let's just go there. Okay. So if you're up for it, we could do an E4 trauma method session. But we need to know, when we do that, the reason why I'm always wanting to go into that deep is because we're going into the DNA track. Okay. The thing that is holding us back is one thing and one thing only, which is identity. So the moment that you consider yourself to be anything other than the all-powerful I am, you set the polarity into motion. But we need to know also that you're born into, that's why people in the traditional biblical sense, they say you're born of sin. We're not born of sin, but we are born of sin because our ancestors had trauma, and their ancestors had trauma. Okay. Which goes into the energetics of your identity. Okay. So let's take something specifically. I'm really proud of you. And I want to say I'm proud of you because I get how much you understand and get it, how important this work is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already done in the divine mind, just so you know. You're already enlightened. You're already all powerful. This is now just adjusting to what's already been decided. I feel it at such a level with you that you've already decided that you're ready to do the deep, deep work of this lifetime. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the current state, because whatever is distracting the mind right now, we can't go into deep, deep work if something is bothering you on the surface right here, right now. So is there something in your current life right now that is upsetting you?
Yeah, because I feel like I've been going round in circles in terms of my growth financially. I take one step ahead and then two steps back. So I have no growth for a very long time. I think 5 years now, 6 years to be specific, of no financial growth. And so I feel stagnated. I'm not at peace with that because I know I put in the effort and the work. So I need to know if I'm doing it wrong. And in terms of relationships, I feel like I know that I'm an empath, and I need to know how to balance my relationship with people around me, my husband, my children. Sometimes I feel like I'm either not giving my best, or I'm giving my best and they're not giving it back to me. So yes,
Okay.
those two areas.
Okay. So
Yeah,
this is what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you to pick one right now so we can deal with one. Which one would you prefer to deal with?
my financial stagnation.
Okay. So emotions are amazing. Okay. You guys, when we have emotions, they are telling us something, right? So when we are frustrated, we're sad, we're angry, any of those, the resistance kind of emotions, because it means that you've put a positive or negative meaning on it, meaning we put a negative meaning on it. Therefore, we're having a negative emotion. So that means that it's not in alignment with your truth. Okay. So when we have emotions about, I'm frustrated about finances or whatever, we want to actually, we're going to do a couple things. One, we're going to birth your truth. Okay. The emotions are coming through for you to birth your truth. Okay. And realize what you're truly committed to. So right now, we're not necessarily going to get down into a trauma where it's going to shift the entire identity around it. But what we are going to get clear about right now is what you're committed to. Okay. You want to do this thing? I'm going to
Yes.
ask you repetitive questions and no backstory, just you're going to answer over and over again. Okay. So anyway, regarding your finances, what are you upset about?
I'm not growing. Like I feel like I'm not growing. I'm stagnated.
Thank you. Regarding your finances, what are you upset about?
I'm not growing. I'm stagnated.
Okay, great. Regarding your finances, what else are you upset about?
I make the money. I make any money that any financial step that I make. I feel like it there's a hole somewhere where that money goes. Like I don't feel like there's anything coming out of it. So I work so hard, make money, and then it all just vanishes.
Thank you. Regarding your finances, what else are you upset about?
I'm upset about with the fact that um, I feel like people around me or people that I work around with are taking steps ahead. They're investing and probably doing stuff for themselves, yet I am not doing the same.
Thank you. Regarding your finances, what else are you upset about?
I'm not able to help people around me who need the help.
Mhm. Totally got it. Thank you. Regarding your finances, what else are you upset about?
I want more. I want more for myself. I want to work smart and not way too hard. And I feel like it's the other way around. I work way too hard and um, the results are not visible.
Mhm. Thank you. Regarding your finances, what else are you upset about?
I feel like people ridicule me somehow with the kind of efforts I put. I feel like they look at me and they're like, with all that hard work, you still complain that you're ever broke. So yeah, I feel ridiculed.
Thank you. Regarding your finances, what else are you upset about?
I think I've said them all.
Okay, great. So what I heard you say is that what I heard is the identity. Okay, when we listen, we're listening from a couple things, right? We're listening to what Naomi has to say. We're listening to the story. We're listening from deeper. Okay, Naomi, I want you to listen deeper to what you just said. What is the identity? What's your identity when it comes to finances? I am somebody who, right? I don't want to fill in the blank for you because I don't want to implant my perception of what I heard you say. What's your identity? What's your limited identity around finances?
Um, I know, I know deep inside of me, I was created for so much more, but I don't experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I feel like it's somewhere, trapped somewhere, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not with me in the physical.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think the actual limited belief and limited identity is that is playing out right now? I'm somebody who has to struggle with money. I'm somebody who is never going to have enough money. What is the identity?
Yeah. No, I actually think that I will probably have money in the future, but at the moment, it seems so frustrating that I don't have it.
Okay.
And when people look at me, they feel like I have money and I don't have it, and that really frustrates me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay. There's two things that have to happen for this big breakthrough. Okay. Two things.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, self-worth equals net worth, meaning money always comes down to our belief in ourself. Always, always, always. So that is a deep trauma that impinges upon the energetics of the worthiness that outpictures in money. Okay. The second thing that has to happen. Do you know what faith is?
Yes.
What is faith to you?
Believing in the things unseen.
Yes. The moment that we focus on frustration and what we don't have, right? So if say at par is peace, and above par is joy and ecstasy and in total power and divine power, okay? Below peace is sad, frustrated, apathy, maybe way down here, depression, right? We are informing universal law, energetics with our vibration. And if we are focusing on what we don't have and we're energizing what we don't have and we're going into those energetics, the universe has to only say yes. And it responds with precision of whatever energetics we're putting into it. I don't have enough, and so it is. I don't have enough. I'm frustrated, and so it is. I'm frustrated. When we energize and earn gratitude of what we have, the universe, it stops the contraction, it stops the resistance, and we begin to go into, thank you so much for what I do have. Let me open to receiving and giving more and getting in more of the flow. Instead of struggling, wanting to be different, and energizing what we don't have. What we focus on expands, period. So faith around finances is knowing it is done. I claim my birthright of prosperity. I don't know how it's going to show up because that's not my job. But what I know every single day and every single way, I will innovate. I will master the mindset and the skill set. And I know I will prevail because life force only prevails, but it prevails of where we direct it. Two things, Naomi. Number one is the trauma work for you to release the false identity. I'm not good enough. I can't have that. I'm not worthy of that, which we all have, right? And the second thing is you've got to master your mind. You've got to every single day focus on how you do have what you have. Blind faith, right? Believing beyond what you're seeing outside. My bank account does not define who I am. The number of followers does not define who I am. My dear, you are an incredible, powerful, world-renowned spiritual leader with all the riches of the universe. But guess what? You can never have that till you claim that in consciousness. How does that feel for you?
Quite a relief.
It can be claimed right now. Are you ready to claim that for yourself in mind? Yes. Giving up the how, giving up all the steps that it takes to align in the outpicturing of divine time for that. Are you ready to claim that for yourself right now?
Yes, I am.
Great. Let's take a deep breath in together. Let's sit straight. Okay. I want you to put your 2 feet on the ground. Okay. Get your spine erect, you guys. It's very important to have the energetics of the entire universe because you are the universe. We are all one, getting into the finite of the depths of earth, which we know there is no end to the finite anymore. Now also going all the way out into the infinite, through all out the head, all the way there in this circular motion, taking a deep breath in through the nose. We connect the hands because there's 70,000 nerve endings on the hands. Okay. We're connecting them, getting them revved up, connecting the right and left hemisphere of the brain, connecting the heart and the head, the mini mind and the heart and the grand mastermind, the divine mind, taking a deep breath in through the nose, suspending the breath, energizing the prana, resetting the entire system, exhaling out. Yes, yes, yes. Let it go if you want. Okay. Inhaling again, taking a deep breath in and exhaling out. And by the power of my word, I recognize Naomi, who she is. She is not this body. She is not any of this earthly realm. She is not her bank account or amount of followers or any circumstance of this life. She is none of that. In this divine moment, I declare for her to no longer hand her power over to anything of the earthly realm. May she come back into her sovereignty. May she come back into her godliness. May she come back into the divine and goddess that she is. I recognize right here the truth of all abundance, the truth of anything and the innovation, recognizing wherever she puts her mind, it expands. As she places it into the prosperity and abundance, the innovated, that mustard seed within, I recognize it is all growth. It is all here, all at her fingertips right here, all resources, all relationships, all know-how, all of it right here, right now. I declare her birthright of prosperity. It is done. The castle is claimed. I simply release this in mind. It is done, as together we say, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you so much for giving us your heart.
Thank you for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So beautiful. And so it is. So I hope that you enjoyed that coaching session. I will be doing a podcast series on coaching. So you can dive in here and begin to see some of our processes and the deep, deep, profound work that is based in universal law, which is based in metaphysics, which is based in my work, Truth Triangle and E4 Trauma Method. Past life regressions and spiritual awakening. We truly know the truth that you are a divine spiritual being, that you are here for greatness because you are the greatness, you are the source. And so if you are inspired by this and you want to check out more, you can go to the link below, or you can go to soulciete.com, Soulciete. You also can refer this podcast to a friend so that you can get your mind right together. You can also put in not a testimonial, a review. We would love a review for the podcast. And if you want at the end of your review, you can put in a question, and I will read the questions before I begin the podcast and incorporate those into it as well. Okay. So have a beautiful day, a divine day, and may you know your birthright of prosperity, abundance, vitality, love, and all the above. I'm holding you in my heart. Have a beautiful day, and may you live your truth.